Yeah.
Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is JD Mani, and today I'm going to do like a talking video. So if you don't like talking videos, then I understand if you don't want to watch this video, but I think it's going to be very helpful, so you might want to stick around. But this video is just going to be like 5 reasons why your hair is not growing. I think that's one of the probably the biggest thing that people look for when they're looking for like hair care routines or regimens is growth. It seems like everybody's so concerned with like, why is my hair not growing, or why isn't it thick, or why isn't it longer? So I just thought of 5 reasons why I think my hair has been growing, and as I've never really had a problem with growth, and so maybe this will help you grow your hair. Let's just jump right in. And if you guys don't know, I have big chopped twice. So the first time I big chopped, I was in 11th grade or 10th grade, something like that, in high school. Had a relaxer. I cut my hair, like I transitioned, and then I cut it like right here. It was like a bob kind of. And then I grew that out, but I was still flat ironing my hair like twice a year. So in, what year was this? It was like 2019. In 2019, I big chopped again for the second time, and I haven't cut it since then. Well, I've gotten like a trim, but I haven't like big chopped since then, and I haven't flat ironed it either. So what, 19, 20, 21, 22, it's been 3 years, and this is pretty much the length of my hair, minus like an inch or two because I've just recently got it cut. So yeah, so I can tell you guys how I've grown my hair out, and hopefully this helps you grow your hair out too. The first reason why your hair is probably not growing is because you're not retaining your length. So your hair is growing, your scalp is clean, everything's great, but it's breaking off, you're cutting it too frequently, or you're not taking care of your ends. So you're not just retaining your length. So some reasons that can cause you to have more breakage or lose some of the length that you're getting is being too rough with your manipulation styles, not combing from the ends to the root, just kind of like just going in and not being like gentle with your hair, and making sure you're using water, conditioner. Also having like too much tension on your hair, like always putting it in a ponytail, always getting like back-to-back braids from like heavy-handed people that aren't really taking care of like your hair. And also if they're like cutting up the braid, like that's also causing you to have breakage, and that's just a no-no, honestly, in my book. Just don't cut up the strand. Trimming your hair too frequently. So I know some people who get their hair trimmed every 6 weeks. I think that's too frequently, because I mean, if you only grow 6 inches every month, half an inch every month, and you're cutting off half an inch every 6 weeks, you're really not going to see any progression or any growth. So me personally, I cut my hair like once or twice a year. I don't know if that's the best, what I'm saying, but that's what I do. The second reason why your hair may not be growing is because you have clogged pores. So your hair grows from follicles, right? Follicles. I don't know if I'm saying that word right, but anyway, your hair has follicles that it's growing from, and they need nutrients, vitamins, and they also need room to grow out of, if that makes sense. Like so if your scalp is dirty, if it's clogged with heavy oils, heavy butters, if you're not clarifying or cleaning your hair really good between wash and goes, that's probably another reason why your hair is not growing. There's nothing wrong with using butters or oils, but you have to make sure that you're cleaning your scalp, actual shampooing your scalp really good in between wash and goes, so that your scalp is clean and the follicles can just push out, and there won't be anything blocking it in there, if that makes sense. Just think of it as like a pimple, right? You have a pimple. If you just keep caking in makeup, sometimes it just stays under the skin. But if you clean it, exfoliate it, then it's able to come out and be released. It's just like hair follicles. They need to be released. The third reason why your hair is not growing is because you're not stimulating growth. So like I was talking about earlier, you have follicles. Your hair has follicles, and they need to be stimulated, whether that's manual with massages, warmth, an exfoliant, mask or something like that, or if it's like an oil, like a peppermint oil, rosemary oil, any other type of stimulating growth oils that really help with bringing blood flow back to the follicles and then helping them grow. So you need to be stimulating your scalp if growth is something that you're looking for. There are also treatments that you could use, like if you're dealing with something that's more like genetic or like alopecia. There's different treatments that you can use, but most of them help stimulate the follicles, and that's what brings your hair back. The next reason, I think this is number 3. Yeah, the third reason is that your hair is in a dormant phase, or they also refer to it as the telogen phase. So it's just like another word for dormant, and this can happen sometimes when your hair is just in a cycle of growing. You just have a period of maybe 2 to 3 months or longer where your hair isn't growing. The best way I could say to get through this is to not overly chop or trim your hair. Make sure you're protecting your ends, that you're deep conditioning so that the growth that you've already achieved, it doesn't, you know, break off. You don't lose some of that growth, and just be patient and just know that it's a phase, and that your hair hopefully will come out of that dormant phase and you'll start back to seeing some growth. Fourth reasons why your hair might not be growing could be due to medical reasons. So it could be due to a medication that you're taking. Some medications cause hair loss, thinning. It just depends on the medication that you're taking. It could be due to stress. You know, stress. Some people, when they stress, sometimes they pull out their hair, or sometimes your hair just falls out because you're stressed. So maybe you can be doing some yoga, some type of relaxation techniques, something just to bring the stress down in your life so that, you know, your hair doesn't have to bear the consequence of that, if that makes sense. So you have stress, you have medications, genetics. You know, some people, like alopecia in some families is hereditary, and if that's the case, then there's nothing, you know, you can do about it from a cosmetic standpoint. Now there may be a medical route that you can take, but just, you know, buying like a generic peppermint oil may not work for you, but I'm sure there's other different avenues that you can seek that might help you get more hair growth. Oh, another big one is smoking. You know, so a lot of people don't know that smoking is a constrictor. So when I say constrictor, like you have veins, right, or arteries, whatever, vessels in your body. When you smoke, they constrict, right, because it causes constriction. So if you think about your whole body, smoking is bad in general for your organs, your heart, your lungs, just your overall health. But imagine like your hair, they need blood flow circulating through your hair, through your scalp to promote growth. And if you're smoking and they're constricting, you're decreasing the amount of blood that can go to your hair. Therefore, you may not be seeing much growth. And you may also have some other problems that's related to smoking. So smoking can lead to a lot of bad things. And also in the realm of something that, you know, you could be ingesting or doing is foods. You know, it's really important to do, like, to take vitamins or to make sure that you're getting enough omega-3 fatty acids in your diet, which you can get from salmon, fish, iron, calcium, protein. You know, your hair is made of mostly like protein, like keratin. So it's really good that you have a protein-rich diet to promote growth. And if you're like a vegetarian or a vegan, maybe that's something that you need to supplement, but making sure you stay hydrated and making sure that you're getting a well-balanced diet with greens and vegetables and protein, however you get that in your diet, is very important to having and maintaining long hair. The last reason why your hair may not be growing is that you have unrealistic goals. So normally hair can grow half an inch up to half an inch per month. So that's about 4 to 6 inches a year, depending on the person, their genes, their genetic, how they're taking care of their hair, how they're taking care of their scalp, what they're eating. All that plays into a part of how your hair is growing. So you can't really expect your hair to go from shoulder length to butt length in a year. And if it doesn't do that, then you think something's wrong with you. You know, that's just an unrealistic goal that you have for yourself. Also, if you have curly hair like mine, you have to keep in mind that sometimes your hair may not look like it's growing, but it is growing. Like, unless, because I know for my hair, I don't flat iron my hair, right? So when I was straightening my hair once a year, I could see like, oh wow, my hair grew a whole bunch. But now, since I don't flat iron it, it's kind of hard to see that growth because it's always, you know, shriveled up. So I mean, when you're looking at it, you're like, okay, it goes here, then you pull it and you're like, oh wow, like it's pretty long. But you don't know that unless you're stretching your hair or flat ironing it to just see how long it's grown. So bottom line, the moral of the story is to be patient. You know, make sure you're taking care of your hair, being gentle with it, being patient with yourself, not, you know, putting so much pressure to have long hair. I know it's something that a lot of people aspire to have, even me. You know, when I cut my hair, I was just really excited to grow back out, you know, but I also appreciated the stages that it was in. Like, it went from a pixie cut to a bob to a little fro, you know, and I didn't rush any step. I just kind of accepted it for what it was. And yeah, so just be patient and just take care of your body, you know. So I hope this video can help you achieve the length that you're looking for. And yeah, so I hope this helps. Thank you guys for watching this video. I shall see you on the next one. Bye.